Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be channeling for the collective. This is a weekly channel to help us out on the journey. So let's see who's going to be showing up. As you know, it's all energy, all connected to the universe, all connected through us, all. So let's see what's showing up. Okay, so when this happens, it's just messages from me. And so let's see, what I know has to be helpful for us at this time. And I do know that the mother wound is coming up recently. And I want to go over what I believe that means. So the mother wound began, I'm sure it began thousands and thousands of years ago. And it started with quite possibly the first mother ever. And this, the understanding of this will help us all meet our goals, meet our challenges, or maybe not challenges. Maybe we're going to have fun with this one. So the mother wound began when certain belief systems about parenting, certain belief systems about being a daughter, being even owned as a slave in a life. When you think of the mother has been birthing children. Nowadays, it's not just a mother. There are other people birthing children. There are people adopting children. So I'm speaking about specifically the mother who has mothered you. And sometimes that's a man. And sometimes it's someone else. But specifically the one who took on the mother role. Now, let's get back to what the wound would be. So the wound would be something that she inherited through patterns of behavior in her family that she didn't heal, something that was needing healing, and she never got around to it. And so then it developed another pattern or mental illness, or just in mentally unwell and unbalanced mother. And so that would be trauma being repeated over and over in the family over centuries and centuries. And so what I can say about the mother wound is that they have been treated unfairly, they have been raped, they have been violated, they have been abused, they have been taken advantage of, they have been sold, they have been, you name it, it has happened. And so what occurred was the male being dominant. There's nothing wrong with male, but it goes with what I'm trying to share here. The dominant male taking advantage, and maybe not so much knowing that they were taking advantage, but yeah, being taken advantage of, the mother taking things out on her children, the mother not feeling heard. Okay, so what happens when you raise children in this enormous amount of trauma and fear? Typically, the child inherits it. So if you've inherited this mother wound, if you have inherited it, and many of us have, including myself, we can do many things to help us heal that, because even a man can have a mother wound of his own what they call feminine energy, or yin yang energy. It will have to come into balance at some point so that you can meet yourself where you need to meet yourself. And it really starts with looking at your mother, looking at your grandmother, get a good picture of what you were exposed to that you can identify as unhealthy, as traumatic to you in one way or another. And so we want to build a timeline. So if you'd like to do a meditation, that's a really great way to see the timeline. But you can get creative with it. You can write a timeline in your journal, or on a piece of paper, whatever you feel comfortable with, and find those wounds according to how old you were when you first experienced your mother's wounding, or the mother figure wound. How old were you, and what occurred, and what did you say to yourself at that time? Did you blame yourself? Did you run and hide? Was your mother running and hiding? Was your grandma passive about what was occurring between she and your grandpa? It goes on. And so I'm bringing this to you because these are tools, and it helps understand yourself and what you need deeper and deeper. So, like, for instance, you can write from when you're 3 years old, or 2 if you have a memory back then. When I was 2, I was left in the hallway, and this is a true story. When I was 2, I was left in the hallway of a school my mother was attending, and I was frightened because she told me to wait there for her, but it seemed to be taking so long. I panicked and I cried, and I was screaming and crying, and finally she came up the steps and comforted me and never took me to her class again. But it was still very traumatic because there was an expectation that she wouldn't leave my side. I think I was thinking, my mom is going to take care of me, and I saw so many strangers walking by. I didn't know who anyone was, but I definitely recall my reaction, and it was a little traumatic for me. And so that would be a little wound, when I'm 2 years old. When I was 3, she went into the hospital. She was mentally unwell. She went into the hospital, and that was very traumatic. And I can keep going. When I was 4, my siblings and I were all born. There were 6 of us at that time. My brother was the last born, and my father left him alone in the apartment we were living in. And I ran to my brother when we all got home, and I was so happy to see he was okay. And I remember hugging him and checking on him and making sure that nothing had harmed him since my dad left him alone in the apartment. So these are just ideas for you so that you can go inside. And of course, we're not blaming the mother, we're not blaming the father. We are just connecting to the energy of what it left within us, so that we understand ourselves better. We can understand them better, and then we can understand other people better. And if we're going to have children moving forward, I've already had my child, but for other people, if you're going to have children moving forward, you can understand that working on this ahead of time is going to help you understand yourself to the degree that you won't be passing those wounds down. And I think that creates permanent change enough to help the future generations. Okay, well, I'll talk to you all soon, and I hope you're all doing well, and I love you. Bye.